Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 585,
Oh,
and it is your review of Spider-Man
at 600,
across,
we got to rebrand
across the Spider-Verse.
across the
Spider-Man
nerdverse, bro.
across the Nerdverse. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do a little something.
Well,
What's up, y'all? Cross the Spider Verse is
yup.
crazy, man.
In case you
Oh,
thought in Into the Spider-Verse, the whole Comic-Con line wasn't gonna be serious. This
nope.
time they take it up they up
Uh,
the ante to include every single
Next
spider.
Comic Con, bro, we're next cosplay event for
Yeah.
comics in general. We're gonna if you follow one of your cosplaying fan. If you follow cosplayers, you're gonna be spammed with Spider-Man shit. Halloween might be spammed with Spider-Man stuff this year. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good outfits from like The Last of Us with Pedro Pascal as Joe and like other stuff, but you know, Halloween's gonna be packed. Isn't
Yeah.
is yeah.
I think this Halloween belongs to Spider Man. Yep, for sure.
Honestly, I know damn well I'm gonna have to debate between Miguel and Pedro,
Yeah,
but
fucking me. But Miguel's suit's so badass. But
yeah,
yeah, that you hear is Luis. Luis is here to join me
that's
today.
me. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm here. I am here. All fucking sick looking. The lighting is not good at all. Like, oh my god, I need to start. I think to get my bags out for those that are able to see this on the channel and not on the audio.
On the
I
audio.
have bags and I have dark circles, like really bad
Yep.
ones.
To put that cream on you before you go to
Cream,
bed.
ice, whatever.
Yep.
Sleep the 9 hours. I
Yep.
mean, that's crazy because I sleep like at least 8 hours. I don't know if it's the oversleeping that also causes it. Who knows? I'm
Who knows?
malnourished.
We don't know how these things go, but of course, we hope everyone's having a great day. We hope
Yep,
that
yep.
you all are as happy and healthy and safe. We are coming at you a little earlier than usual, live on patreon.com/nerdcore at the $1 tier. The patrons get this live and early before anybody else, but this should
Mhm.
be out on Wednesday. So hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. But Luis and myself had the chance to watch this movie last week, and we
Going again on Tuesday.
Yep, this is
Taking my
going again
supplements.
Tuesday, man. Yeah, I have
Mhm.
a friend who told me he's gonna go for his birthday on the 14th. I was like, dude, you're waiting that long? I can't wait that long.
I mean, if it's first time watching, he's
First
waiting that
time,
long. Okay,
yeah, first
that's a
time.
little surprising, but I get it. Some people want to wait until everything, like they still want to go see it in theaters, but they want to wait until all the people kind of
Yeah,
like disperse. I
yeah,
get it. I'm going
yeah,
again this time in Prime because we watched it in Dolby. I'm gonna see how the colors pop on that one
yeah. I want to know when they're gonna start when they put in the new projector on there. But
on
um,
Prime in the room.
yeah, I need to reread the article and see when they're gonna install the new projectors. But
Yeah, because you said something about Prime getting new projectors on the
mhm,
quality of like IMAX or some shit.
basically, like they're getting a new projector with like an actual laser. Like it's an upgrade to the projectors they use for Prime.
Hmm.
So now it's gonna have like a nice like laser projection and stuff. But
Cool.
I need to reread the article that Aaron sent me. But I know that they're gonna upgrade that soon.
Yeah,
But
because I know Prime is like a weird combination between Dolby speakers and audio and IMAX visuals with the
yeah,
Dolby contrast. It's like a jumbled up version. I don't know. It's special. They added it. It's only like in 5 theaters across the U.S.
yeah,
So we got lucky here in our area with one of them. Yeah.
damn straight.
Hmm.
But yeah, other than that, Lisa, how you been?
Good. Been productive. Have some stacked up stuff. Probably gonna play another round of Spider Man after this because I recorded one last night. But I'm riding a high. I'm riding a hyperfixation uh,
Yeah.
with it. Uh, Finished a game that I was struggling with called Superliminal. Kind of like like the 3D space where some art you if you move to a certain angle you can see a thing, and then if you move away, a game like
Mm-hmm.
that where that's how you figure it out. I feel like you'd like playing it, but you'd give up
Ooh.
after a bit because it's like super
I'd
complex.
rage.
Yeah, you'd rage like, dude, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Like, I that happened to me, but I also quit because I got dizzy because I zoned out and just kept like portaling in between the thing. It's like you can see it on my channel, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Aside from that, it's been good. It's been fine listening to the album. Not gonna lie, I prefer that Into the Spider Verse album. Whoever
Oh yeah.
one that was in charge of that. This one's a little bit more slow paced, which I don't mind. Like everyone has a taste, but I want that soundtrack that makes me feel like a villain. But the original score, that one does slap. I'm not gonna lie. From the Spider-Man India theme to Miguel O'Hara's theme to the
Yeah.
ending,
I love Gwen. Well, God, man, Gwen's theme. These are all
Gwen
like
theme.
what's
Yeah, Gwen
yeah.
theme is good too.
Yeah, but yeah, let's. I know we can't bite our tongue any longer. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let me read through all this whole thing. But
go for it. Go
first of
for it.
all, if you haven't had the chance to watch Across the Spider Verse or Into the Spider Verse, then you probably want to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the film, then go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Let me go ahead and read through this because it is a good amount, but I'll get through it as best as
Go
I
for it.
can.
All right.
Spider Man Across the Spider Verse is a 2023 American computer animated superhero film featuring the Marvel Comics character Miles Morales
Mm-hmm.
slash Spider Man. Produced by Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures Animation is in association with Marvel Entertainment and distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. The sequel to Spider Man Into the Spider Verse 2018, it is set in a shared multiverse of alternate universes called the Spider Verse. The film was directed by Joaquim Dos Santos, Ken Powers, and Justin K. Thompson in their feature directorial debuts from a screenplay written by Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, who both also co produced, and David Callahan.
Okay.
Shamik Moore voices Miles, starring alongside Haley Steinfeld, Brian Tyree Henry, Luna Lauren Velez, Jake Johnson, Jason Schwartzman, Issa Rae, Karen Sony, Shea Wingham, Greta Lee, Daniel Kaluuya, Mahershala Ali, and Oscar Isaac. In the film, Miles goes on an adventure with Gwen Stacy slash Spider Woman across the multiverse where he meets a new team of spider people known as the Spider Society, led by
Mm-hmm.
Miguel O'Hara, who is also known as Spider Man 2099, but comes into conflict with them over handling a new threat. Sony began developing a sequel to Into the Spider Verse before its 2018 release, with the writing and directing team attached. It was set to focus on the relationship between Moore's Miles and Steinfeld's Gwen. The sequel was officially announced in November 2019, and animation work began in June 2020, with a different visual style for each of the 6 universes visited by the characters. With a runtime of 140 minutes, it makes it the longest. Wow, it makes it the longest animated film ever produced by an American studio.
Wow, that's cool.
Yup. Spider Man Across the Spider Verse premiered at the Regency Village Theater in Los Angeles, California on May 30th, 2023, and was released in the United States on June 2nd, having been delayed from its original April 2022 date due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's why it took so long. I was wondering why we took from 2018 up until 2023. Okay, that makes
Mhm.
sense. Uh,
Similar to its predecessor, the film has garnered universal acclaim from critics. It has earned 221.7 million against a production budget of 100 million at the worldwide box office. A third film, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, is scheduled to be released on March 29th, 2024, with
They
a
were working
while a
overtime
female
because we're not
focused
waiting that long.
yeah, while a female focused spin-off film is in development.
Okay, cool.
Yup. The music is done by Daniel Pemberton, edited by Mike Andrews, and of course, it sits at 140 minutes, so 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And yeah, like I said, 100 million budget, and it's made 221.7 million.
Double.
This weekend, it makes a
Just this
profit.
weekend alone, yeah, it made double its profit. That's crazy. That's actually
Yup,
stupendous.
roughly it's times three, multiply by three, and you get the budget and the marketing back.
Hmm.
This weekend, after this weekend, this movie's about to make a profit. Like,
Yeah,
holy crap! I did not know it
everything
was that
after,
much.
yeah, everything essentially you broke even right the first weekend, and now everything else for the rest of its showing is going to be extra little catch that you get
Yup.
for the production company. That's
Oh
next. I
man,
feel like Beyond the Spider Verse is gonna break this record
you
because
think
we,
so?
yeah, because everyone now we have that cliffhanger. Now everyone is gonna go mouth to word, whatever,
Word of mouth, yeah.
word of mouth. And then they went to go see it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. We saw the movie. We got that big ass cliffhanger. We gotta go see how it starts, how it ends.
Damn,
Cause,
man.
dude,
And that the
dude.
thing is, like, this is all. So before we go into the initial thoughts,
Yep.
Into the Spider Verse has a $90 million budget. That means there's only $10 million difference between this movie and the last one. But it
Mm.
also made 384.3 million. This movie's about to make that and more.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those rare instances where the sequel breaks the first one.
Yeah,
Like Shrek, the second
yeah.
beating the first Shrek. Um, that's. I mean, I'm not surprised,
No, not
but
at
I'm
all.
also like, it's well deserved. It's well deserved for this, especially a character that's only 11 years old. It's
Yeah,
very young. It was like the first, like the very first time we ever see or hear about a Miles Morales, a Black Spider, Afro Latino Spider Man, was in 2014, I think,
yeah.
2013, somewhere
I
around there.
really want to know what the royalties are for Brian Michael Bendis on this shit.
Yeah, that's a good question because it's a whole.
You-
Yeah, no, I mean,
yeah,
there's probably a lot of litigation between lawyers and that.
yeah.
Who knows?
But
Who knows, man? But fuck.
what are your initial thoughts on Across the Spider Verse, Lise?
So far, favorite movie of the year. I gotta say, I gotta go back and see what I've seen, but favorite movie of the year, honestly. And I don't think there's anything else that I think I have on a scale. Yeah, like I want to go see Oppenheimer, Barbie. What are the things showing this year?
We got Transformers this
I got
weekend.
John Wick 4. That was one of the major ones too.
Yeah,
Um, but this one was one of those where it broke my. I was already having high expectations, but it broke it. It
yeah,
broke my already high expectations, which is crazy. You don't get a lot of things that do that. Um, but yeah, dude, this movie was great. I can't wait to take my siblings, and we're gonna watch the first one before we go. Probably get them donuts or something, get some breakfast going because we're going at a 1 p.m. screening, so like in the very afternoon.
yeah,
Um, so probably wake up early, get some McDonald's or something, eat while we watch, then leave immediately, get some food, and then go like get set up and watch. But yeah, dude, this movie was great. It's fucking phenomenal. I really, I hate that we have to wait a year, but it's like the Invincible show where they worked a bit overtime to kind of split it, right? And then they're doing final touches now because otherwise we would have to wait
yeah,
another technically 3 to 4 years because
yeah.
2022 it came, the first one came out 2018.
2018, so it was 19, 20, 21, 22. It was 4 years.
Yeah,
We
4 years.
so
Yeah,
they've been working on this,
they've
bro.
been working on this for a while.
Yeah,
um
I
Originally it was gonna be a full, like they weren't gonna do two parts, right?
no. Originally, it was Across the Spider Verse Part One and Across the Spider Verse Part
Oh,
Two.
so it was always
What
gonna be
I'm
split. Got you.
Yeah. So what I'm
Okay.
gonna guess is that originally, I think it was planned that it was like all filmed, like all worked on together during those 4 years,
Yeah,
and they were just gonna break the film up.
yeah, yeah,
Now I
yeah.
think like, oh, they were like, no, we can't do that. We got to work on it separately. And um, I think after watching it, I think that that benefits it a lot more. I think
Oh,
that
100%.
it's a good thing that we're having it like this. We're what's it called? Where we're making it two separate movies, and where
Yeah,
it's like obviously being worked on because you don't have the team rushing to put final touches like
especially for
the
such a
end. Yeah,
complex editing and just
yeah,
art style that has,
yeah.
because it's not a specific art style. It's not a Studio Ghibli where every movie that they make is the same art style. No, this one
No,
has multiples of different styles: pop art, cutouts, rotoscoping, watercolors. It's like
yeah,
it's an amazing collage of all these different things that we see in real life, realistic motifs and shit that all mix and blend spectacularly. No pun intended, but that
yeah.
yeah.
I will say though, I do fully expect a delay to come here. I think that a delay
You
is gonna
really think
happen.
so?
I think a delay is gonna happen, bro.
I
I
don't know,
think
man.
I
What type? What type? Like pandemic again,
no, no, no,
or
no, no. I
just in
think
producers?
I would think and I would need to like just check the calendar here again, but
Hmm.
I would say that you're probably gonna get this Christmas 2024. Not what's it called? Not in March. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. March 29th is too good to be true, bro. I think that that's too good to be
I
true.
feel like they, because of COVID, a lot of artists worked from home. They had their own schedules. They filled up. Like, I feel that they have the bare backbones of the story that was written, right? They
Yeah,
animated at least 50% of the film to completion of what they wanted, like dead on. Nothing was going to change on that. And then the other 50% is what they're working on if they don't already have a bone structure to work off of.
yeah.
Animation style, not story wise, because story wise, I'm pretty sure they already like completed it part one and two. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I hope not. Like that would be nice, a Christmas present, right? But everyone's gonna be off, so it's gonna be a
But
packed house. It's gonna be a no way home scenario again.
you'd be competing against crap. You'd be competing against Avatar 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and then Jordan Peele though. So
Jordan Peele's making another movie.
Jordan Peele's next movie comes out Christmas Day next
Yeah.
year.
Okay.
So never mind.
I doubt it. I doubt it. We'll find out by like November of this year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, we'll
But
find out by like November
I
before
I
December.
am fully confident though. Like I want this. I want this movie to come. I want this
I
next movie
want
to
this
come out
movie.
in March. I
Yeah.
want this movie to come
Yeah.
out next year.
Yeah.
But part of me just feels it, and I feel in my bones that I feel that there's gonna be a delay. But
I
I'll say
hope
this.
not.
My initial thoughts. I love this movie. And I was not the biggest fan of the first one. You can go back to my review on this channel
Did I
way
do
back,
that?
way back when. In the first phase, the first two phases of this podcast, I wasn't
Really?
the biggest fan of the first one. There's a lot of
Hmm.
things that I was like not a big fan of, but here,
Who's
man,
mad it
they
wasn't too Latino? They weren't.
yeah, man, they was just wasn't Latino enough for me. But
Yeah.
I this time they upped the ante tenfold, man. They
Yeah,
did an
they got well reception from what they were trying to do, so they were like, okay, cool, we can do what we want. On this one, like double it, amplify it, right, to what it should have been. Because I
yeah,
feel like Sony was like, we'll allow you to do this artistic choice, but tone it down enough to where we won't lose. We don't have the margin of loss is gonna be low.
yeah.
And now with the green light on this one, they're like, okay, yeah, no, you guys are good to do. We'll trust you full on.
Yeah. And like there's so many things like everything that I thought that Into the Spider-Verse didn't do right, this movie, just does it better. Like pacing wise, I those 2 hours flew by. I
Oh
I
yeah,
yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes flew by. I thought that I was completely hooked into the point where I was like, dude, I don't want this to end. I don't want this movie to end. I want to keep watching Miles as he's like going to run into this problem of whether he's going to want to save his father or not.
yeah,
And when that end comes in, I was just like, shit, shit,
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
shit. I was like, no
I
way.
want to I want to mention about the pacing because I saw a group of podcasters. Someone, I agree with whoever said not everyone should have a mic in front of them, but there was a podcast, another sadly another group of Latinos that were talking about how bad the movie was due to pacing and stuff, and how their writing wasn't good and whatnot because they were like, oh, it's supposed to end here, but it feels like it starts here, but it feels like it ends here, right? That type of like, we talked about it a little bit. Oops, someone
That's
dropped
how
the
I felt.
plate.
That's how I felt about Black Adam, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, on this one, the pacing issues that a lot of people think happened, um, is with Miles, right? It's like the whole some scenes that we get with Miles going into a different Earth, fighting with Miguel O'Hara at the train and whatnot. Like, yes, it is his movie technically, but it started with Gwen
Yeah,
and it ended with Gwen because we got the whole scene of like Gwen gathered Gwen. didn't have friends, wasn't comfortable, and then finished with, I finally found my family. This is who I want
Yeah.
to be
Which,
friends with.
by the way, one of my favorite openings to a movie. Like it's up there. Like just
Hmm.
those first 15 minutes of this movie are just great, and I love the score from Pemberton, and the drum in there, and just it's oh man, that was such a
Dude,
great opening to
that
this movie,
intro
bro.
scene, yeah, that I was like, oh fuck, that's how we're starting. We didn't even do the title until after all that.
Yeah, that's how I knew that this shit
Shit
was
was
gonna be
about
a
to be banging.
lot different from Into the Spider Verse. That
Yeah.
was I was like, okay, this is in like there's other stuff like just some choices in like Miles' portrayals in the first movie, and also just the way that I felt that like the last movie, even though it was heavily concentrated on Miles,
Hmm.
never really felt like it was really a Miles movie. Where in here, it's
Got
like,
you.
yes, parts of it don't feel like it's Miles' story here, but it's all interconnected into pushing
It's
Miles
a
to make
web.
this, yeah,
Yeah, it's
making
a
this
web.
really tough decision. Yeah,
Some I saw that thing with like coming from another TikToker was like also a director and writer. He was like, he commented because I checked all the comments and like the duets to see on that podcast that I was telling you about how it was bad writing or whatever.
yeah,
And then I saw that guy saying in a writing wise, this film wasn't a setup for, like, it wasn't a story arc for Miles. His stuff needs more time, which is what we're probably gonna get in another one. But this one was an arc for Gwen because we started with her having those issues and having the difficulty of choosing stuff with her dad, stuff with
yeah.
being a Spider-Man, a Spider person, and then figuring out her own things and finding family at the end and being like, okay, I made up my mind. I know who I want to be. I know who I love. That's who I'm gonna go help. And that's how it ends, right? And then Miles, we're just getting started. It was a buildup. All the stuff that
Yeah.
he had to internally struggle with, being different, realizing he's not supposed to be there, quote unquote. He's not supposed to be a Spider-Man. He's not supposed to be a part of the Spider Society. He's not supposed to be anything, right? All that kind of crumpled up, mixing in with like feelings for Gwen, his troubles with his parents, and now adding on like Uncle Aaron being alive, and then him being the reason why that new Earth. Spoilers for the listeners.
Oh, we on
Why that?
spoilers already.
Okay,
Yeah,
we already gave the warning, but still,
yeah. The banner's up.
why that Earth was so bad, and he probably is gonna feel guilt. I was like, the reason why this Earth is so bad is because that spider bit me and not
Yeah.
whoever was supposed to get bitten. A lot of people are saying it was supposed to bite the Miles from that Earth. I don't know. It could be true. Um,
I don't know.
you could go into like theories on
Because
that,
didn't Miguel
right?
say it was supposed to by Peter?
It was supposed to bite someone. He never said who. Yeah, I think it's left in the air if it's like, oh, it's supposed to bite Peter. It could have bit Gwen again. It could be, there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Which
variations. Multiverse is a lot of open ended questions,
I
but
would hope. I hope that in Beyond the Spider Verse, like I don't know if we'll see it, but I just want to see what that Earth's Peter is doing. I want to know what
that'd
that
be
Earth's
funny.
Peter is doing.
I mean, he's a crick. He's a criminal too.
Yeah.
He's using the symbiote. The symbiote actually made it, but
Yeah.
it's not a spider theme this time. It's just ancient venom type level.
Yeah.
Um, but who knows? We will definitely have to see. But yeah, no stuff like that. The story definitely just and I hate it because I as a writer myself, I picked up on the tones of we're already at the end. Where I'm about to
Yeah.
be left on a cliffhanger. I'm about to be blue balled. This is gonna be
Yeah.
horrible, but I'm loving every fucking minute of it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to keep going an extra minute or so. And every time it felt like it was gonna end, like they were gonna do a plot twist and then cut there. And I was like, please give me an extra minute. And then they did. And then
Yeah.
I just kept begging. I just kept begging. But
I was convinced that we were gonna end it when we get the reveal of the other Miles.
mhm,
I thought that was it. But I'm glad we ended where we ended. And I was also going to say to everybody who has a problem with the writing specifically, and
go fucking go to a right class.
even though the film is not marketed as a two-parter, we still have to look at it as
That's
a
true.
two-parter. So look at this movie as mostly being Act 1,
The
half of
setup.
Act 2, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse is half of Act 2 and Act 3. So
Hmm.
just look at it like that. And I disagree. I think that this movie does a lot for Miles. I think it does a
Yeah.
lot for Miles that the
Oh,
Flash one
100%.
didn't do. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
100%. This
moments with
is
her, with his mom, the moments with his
mhm,
dad. The stuff
decisions
that's
that he had to make with
yeah,
like revealing, even though it was another universe mom, like he still built up the courage to be like, "Hey, this is me."
yeah.
Which probably will make it easier for his other parents. Who knows how what we're gonna do there? But there's a lot of stuff that Miles had to fight internally and externally, and then by the end of it, he realizes what he has to do, and like you said, he's gonna do his own thing, and he's just gonna go. He's gonna pull through. It's probably gonna be
Hmm.
difficult, but he realizes he's the one that has to stop Spot. He's the one that has to end the whole canon event shit that destroys
Yeah,
universes. Yeah, you figure that all out, and you're right. We're gonna go into the second act where he's picking himself up. He's gonna go all the way till he
yeah.
fights Spot or whatever, and then yeah, we'll find out
Which,
what
by the way,
exactly.
I love the use of Spot. At first, you think it's kind of
Oh
ridiculous and it's kind of a
yeah,
dumb villain. You're like, oh,
yeah,
this can't be the villain. Like after seeing Spot, I was like, oh, I'm convinced they're gonna make Miguel a villain here. Like Miguel's gonna be the bad guy.
yeah.
And then you're like, oh no,
No,
actually, they're using the time with Miguel to go ahead and build why Spot is an actual credible villain.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And at the end, when he comes in, you're like, oh fuck,
yeah.
he's
I'll see
gonna
you
fuck.
home, Spider
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Ah,
But
dude, his whoever who voices him, I forgot, but
Jason Schwartzman, I think.
it's someone, some white dude, yeah, because it's definitely a white dude playing.
Yeah,
I thought it was Ryan Reynolds at first, but I was like, no, it's too high pitched. It's too, I don't know. It's too. There has a certain je ne sais quoi, but the distortion that they give him once he upgrades a little bit, and his theme, I'm like, oh yeah, dude is a
yeah,
level. It's an Avengers level threat. uh, but
yeah.
dude,
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason
He's been in a
Schwartzman.
couple of well, I'm sorry, not a couple. He's been in most of Wes Anderson's movies. Scott
It's the
Pilgrim.
dude that has
Scott
like a
Pilgrim.
big lip, right?
No, he's got a big ass beard, bro.
I gotta
Yeah,
search him up. But
he's been Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yeah,
okay,
he's in a good lot of movies, good bunch of
okay,
stuff. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I don't remember him as
but
Scott
he's
Pilgrim.
great. I liked him as Spot. I think it works
Oh
as
yeah,
well. Yeah,
he did well. He made it in his own character. And the theme, dude, I gotta give it to original soundtrack because a
oh
lot of
yeah.
that was banging.
Pembleton
Shit,
did a
he was
great
cooking.
job.
They let him cook.
Yeah, the only gripe I'd say is that and I can't even blame it on the soundtrack because like the sound it's gonna be hard. Like you're not gonna get a song that's gonna hit like the zeitgeist as much as Sunflower did back then. So it's
Oh,
like
but
I
that's Metro
understand.
Boomin. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
original score.
no, I know. Yeah, I'm
No,
talking about
the
Yeah,
album. Yeah, you're
Pembleton.
right. You're
Yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah,
Pembleton did great. Pembleton, the music in this movie is better than Into the
yeah, yeah.
Spider Verse.
Oh, 100
But
percent. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was
I was a little
shit,
let
man.
down by
Just
that
yeah, I
album.
was like,
Yeah,
oh man, like
I was like,
Metro Boomin's
I was
great.
just, yeah, yeah.
Metro's
He's a good
great.
producer. He's a good producer. But the
Fantastic, yeah,
music choices that they won with this one, it was probably also because this movie didn't have a lot of action packed stuff. It was more
yeah,
sentimental. A lot of the stuff on the album just isn't for me.
yeah,
Like it's a good music, but I don't feel like it belongs in Spider esque or hero esque things.
yeah.
Aside from the very first one called Annihilation, and
There were
then
some songs that I fucked with that I
yeah,
really
yeah, there were
liked that
some
they were
songs.
using in there, but like some of them I was like, oh, like this doesn't really work in this scene.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, but overall, I mean, I think that the original soundtrack way better. Like the score is
yeah,
just fantastic. I mean, some of the
yeah, yeah,
best I've heard in a not just even comic book film, but like even animated in general.
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's great. But yeah, man. I mean, this movie's phenomenal. The animation is incredible. I mean, I didn't think it was possible to beat the animation that literally revolutionized the industry in
yep.
2018.
And they did it
And
again.
and now they have changed the blueprint once again, dude.
They really have, man. This shit. I feel like we can go on, but as to not make it a full hour
Yeah,
long thing, right?
yeah,
I'd say we keep it short. But there's a lot of revolutionary stuff that they do in this
yeah,
film, and I think this is going to be a staple for future generations.
yeah,
Where it's a classic. It is
yeah.
a classic.
Even things like the live action cameos and all the cameos in this
Oh
movie,
yeah,
like it
yeah.
doesn't take away from the film. It makes it feel like it's
Does it?
needed in there. It makes it feel like, oh, It's not something that
It
really
makes
spend too much
sense.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like those are the things that like when I watched No Way Home that I was like, oh, like this is
I was like,
distracting me too much. Like this
yeah,
makes me
yeah.
feel like it doesn't
All
actually
the
matter.
inside jokes and
Yeah.
references that they were doing, like, oh, I fought
Yeah.
an alien goo once and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, oh, like,
okay,
oh, get you hear it? Like,
get it?
I'm
Yeah,
referencing to something, a reference,
yeah,
but like in
yeah,
here, it's like we're dropping it and we're getting out.
yeah,
Maybe the
yeah,
one
yeah.
that might have taken a little too much time was with the lady from what's it called, from Venom in the convenience store. But then
Oh,
like
yeah,
that lasted as much as it needed to last.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That one was, I feel like Sony actively like, hey, could we maybe like nudge nudge our Venom stuff just in case we
Yeah.
make a third one?
Also
Uh,
nice to confirm that Childish Gambino is still
Probably.
Aaron Davis. You know,
Yeah,
he's so it's like okay, so that means that
yeah, yeah.
when that live action comes around, Gambino's gonna still be
Uncle Aaron
Uncle Aaron.
and yeah, yeah. If whenever they decide if they're gonna leave it to MCU, uh, Donald Glover's
If I
character.
was Sony, I would
I
fucking
don't
act
know, man.
real quick on that. What's
That
it called?
it's a horror deal, man, because
That's
they know they
money on
make
the
banner.
table. That's money
Yeah,
on the table. And if I'm Sony, I am developing that myself. I am saying like, cool, MCU, you have Tom Holland and you had all that. Like, I want my Spider-Man from my universe to be Miles Morales.
yeah. I fuck with that. Yeah, like making Miles a Miles standalone live action,
Yeah,
making it in their own way. Yeah, definitely. I feel
yeah.
like because they don't have complete jurisdiction on Miles, right? Or is it like the whole Spider-Man name is tied
No,
to like
I think
back
they
to
share
Sony?
certain like characters, certain
Okay,
characters they
yeah,
share.
because I know Sony does hold like majority of the Spider-Man title.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows?
Who
But
knows,
I
man?
mean, yeah, it's definitely. But there is a lot of other people, spider personas that they could do live actions on,
I'm
from
waiting for Silk.
Noir
Silk.
to Penny, Silk,
My personal favorite,
Gwen.
Sofia Aranya.
Oh yeah,
I've
the one with
been asking
yeah,
for Aranya for a while. I was looking for Aranya in this one. I was
yeah.
like, oh
Maybe in the
please,
Madam Web, aren't they
maybe,
developing?
maybe. But I was like, oh please, 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 like show me what's it called, Aranya. But I was like, they got Jessica Drew for what's it
Yeah,
called, for Spider Woman. They're not gonna bring Aranya.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But
who knows? Who knows? This movie brings so many possibilities because it is the
yeah,
multiverse. But
maybe
yeah, I
that
mean,
female spinoff.
yeah, maybe the female spinoff.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't have any other thing that
yeah.
I actively want to mention. We talked animation, we talked music, soundtrack,
Yeah.
album.
Then I guess
Uh,
it's time for the final verdict. Luis, what's your
uh,
final verdict on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
I gotta give this a 10 out of 10. It's one of the few where I actively believe everything was perfectly balanced. Um, Even if the album wasn't great, that's not like a necessary thing for the story because we only got like one or two songs from the actual album on the play on the screen, which is the Hummingbird song, which is what the equivalent of Sunflower was, and then there was another one, but I forgot. But
Yeah,
aside from that, yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. I got no
yeah.
gripes with it.
I'm coming in a little lower than Luis, but that's just because this is the first watch. I'm still sitting with it, and I want to see what will happen later. But
Hmm.
I'm sitting at a 9 out of 10, man. I love this movie. This is one of
That's not
my
bad either.
this is number 3 of the year, and that's because the ones that are on top of these are just really personal to me. Then, and I
Oh,
was like, goes
everything
really
everywhere. Oh no, wait, that wasn't this year.
no, the eternal memory. It's about what's it called? A couple. The one that
Oh, the
has
dementia one. Yeah,
the
yeah.
dementia, and then the quiet girl was just
Oh,
it
that's
fucking
right.
broke me. The quiet
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
broke me. But this is at number 3 for the year. Currently,
yeah.
below eternal memory and above Huesera, the Bone
And those
Woman.
are special movies too. So if we're talking like just overall like public domain type levels where you can go
Yeah.
see them in the theater, yeah,
Like right now, what's available right now that is shown in the theater, this is the best movie that's
yeah,
coming out
this
in the
is the
theater.
best one.
Yeah, but
Um,
like Eternal Memory hasn't been released yet. The Quiet
yeah,
Girl is
that's what I'm
available,
saying.
worldwide now, but like that one didn't really get much of a theatrical release. But
Yeah,
what I have been able to watch at the theater as of right now, this is the best movie that
yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
able to watch at a multiplex.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
great.
that concludes our review of Spider-Man
Hmm.
Across the Spider-Verse. And of course, we want to thank you all so much for listening along. And of course, please keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Instagram at the nerdcore, patreon.com/nerdcore. And of course, our Discord link is in the description, so that way you can talk to us about Spider Verse there. Because my God, I'm sure that we are still going to be talking about this.
100%.
That Beyond Spider Verse cannot come here soon, man. It's oh my God, it's going to be a nail biter having to wait for this movie.
Dude, yeah. It's gonna be a pain waiting, but it's another year that I have to survive, right? There's
Yep,
no tendencies can get the best of me in the way of that whole ordeal. But
yep.
yeah,
Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Make sure everybody, make sure y'all stay safe and healthy. Make sure that you don't what's it called? Plan
you
any
don't
trips on
pass
March
away.
29th. Yeah,
Yeah,
make sure you don't plan any trips on March 29th. Or if you do, make sure it's somewhere with a movie
with the
theater.
axe. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, we want to thank you all so much, y'all. We want to thank our Patreon supporters. Without them, it's possible. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon producer Shane. We can find him at SR at Prison City Shit on Instagram, Thrifted.il on Twitter, PrisonCityVintage.com, and he's getting a new store, so that's going to be now available in Joylet, Illinois. So you can always just ask him for the location. You know, I'm sure he wants you guys to go buy all of his stuff, please. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on the podcast services. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will see you all again on Thursday for the Patreon live for early review of Dallas Buyers Club as we celebrate Pride Month here on the Nerdcore, and that'll be available on Saturday for everybody. But in the meantime, been me and Luis, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, Luis, how you gonna send them out?
I am him. He is me. I am Miguel O'Hara. Just wait until the end of summer. I will be built, man. I need a spider to bite me. This movie this makes me want to go test my leap of faith abilities at a tall building, but I'm not stupid. This is real life. Yeah,
Okay,
I
Assassin's
mean,
Creed.
just be safe. Just be safe. Enjoy the movie. Go watch it if you can. Go watch it if you have the money to spend or if you want to support.
On
Um,
TikTok.
yeah, go watch it on TikTok. Uh, no, don't do that. We do not advocate for that such activities, but we
No.
are spider punk, and we do not like corporate capitalism. Especially for those that can afford it but do enjoy watching films. Watch it.
Spider Punk would advocate for piracy.
Yeah, Spider Punk would fucking advocate the shit out of that thing for the those that do want to go
Nice
see it
pirates.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just be safe. Remember, anyone can wear the mask. uh and we out here. Be the hero in your own story, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Danger?